What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I'm here to talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the MVP case because I truly do think the guy is leading the conversation right now. He's been dominant all year long. Let me know who your MVP is right now. We're about to be on Valentine's Day, about to be the All-Star break. So that's kind of the time I'm recording this video. I think Shai's got number one in my book as of right now. He would be number one on my ballot. Where would he be on your ballot? If he's not first, where do you have him? I want to break down why he's number one for me and hopefully kind of persuade some more people to think of him as the lead guy for MVP. That's what we like to do here. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. Bear with me, my voice is a little down, I'm a little under the weather, but even when you're under the weather, there's still a good time to talk about a great basketball player and someone that's had an historic year right now in Shai Gilgeous. So let's break him down because statistically, the dude is a freak, right? I think we can all, if you look at his statistics, he's 31 points a game, almost 7 assists, almost 6 rebounds, leading the league in steals. Like, it's like jaw-dropping numbers, right? And you see a lot, I feel like almost every time I've looked at, like, oh, let me check the box score on that real quick, like, while I'm going through games. I'm like, damn, Shai had 36. Okay, and then, like, 2 days, damn, Shai had 34. I'm like, okay, like, and then you're like, okay, he only made 2 threes, but he had 37 points. I'm like, damn, okay, so he's just getting buckets from everywhere. So let's break down his statistical thing because that you have to have a great statistical case to win MVP. So look at this. Top 2 in scoring in the NBA, right? 31 points a game. And he has the most total points. So I like the 65 game rule in terms of, like, if you want to win these awards, you got to play. Total points and those, like, total statistics are a good outline of that because it's probably who's been active, who's been playing the most, who's been showing up each and every single night for the fans. And I think that should get him a little credit right there because he's playing almost every game. So top 2 in points, almost 7 assists per game, like I mentioned, almost 6 rebounds. I think he's top 15 in assists, and he's not like a traditional point guard that's out there, you know, just trying to dime everybody up. Like he's a 3-level scorer, but is also making sure his teammates are fed and are kept in rhythm of the offense. Like, there's so much more. So then you look at him, number one, like I said, number 1 in steals per game, but he has almost 30 more steals than the guy in second. And I think that's Fox. So, and Fox is a good defender, right? So, now granted, steals are not the only way you can, like, measure defense. He's very good off ball. He gets a lot of his steals off ball, I will say that. And he definitely fills in gaps. He knows his rotations. And I think it makes OKC a better team defense. And on ball, he's pretty solid. He's long, he's lengthy. He can cover you, and he covers a lot of ground. So he does well on that end of the court. And I love two-way basketball players because, one, you're going to give me everything you got on offense, and you're going to tear it up on defense too. Or when your offense is, maybe you're having a slow shooting night, you're clamping it up on defense. Stuff like that is important. That's value. And this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the most valuable player in basketball. And there are so many guys that I feel like have some cause for being on a ballot. I think Donovan Mitchell's one. I think Kawhi Leonard's one. Nikola Jokic tears it up every single night. Just, some of the guys that you see typically. But Shai, this is really his first year in getting this notice. And ultimately, winning matters. Right, because you don't see an 8 seed get an MVP. They're one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the West, and he's their best player. So he's gonna get recognition off of that alone. So he's okay. One, it's a team game. We got to win games though. If I'm gonna win this individual award, but I gotta look great while we do it, and he does. Like he plays kind of within the flow of everything, rather than like how do I say this? He ISOs, right? But his ISOs are not like a guy that is just straight chucking and only looking to get buckets. His ISOs are within the flow of everything, and I think that's what makes it even more impressive. So I haven't even got to like efficiency or anything that like it makes it real jaw-dropping, right? We're talking about a guy that is basically the most efficient guard in the last, basically since Steph Curry's unanimous year for MVP. That's what we're talking about. He's having that historic of a year in terms of efficiency and what he's doing and the clip he's doing it at. That's the scale we're talking about. Unanimous MVP level talk is what we're talking about. And to kind of piggyback that, okay, this may not sound sexy, right? He's number 16 in true shooting percentage. The 15 guys ahead of him are bigs. He's the first guard on the list. And like that is something, and of course those bigs don't have the shot attempts that he does. They're doing it on less shot attempts, so it's a lot easier well, I guess in theory it could be the other way too. But typically it's easier to be more efficient when you don't have as many shot attempts. And then number 1 in win shares. So for those of you that like advanced analytics and things like that, and he's the number 1 offensive player in win shares as well. So I feel like when you look at the whole scope of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I haven't mentioned anybody on his team because there's so many good players, that team is very well built. But he is the leader of that team. If you stop Shai, you have a good chance of beating them. But the thing is, you can't stop Shai, so good luck trying that. He's one of those guys. We're gonna check these boxes here. 3-level scorer. He can hit the 3. He can hit the midi. He loves the midi. He posts you up. He gets to the rim. Gets to the free throw line. Scores every which way. Right? Okay, cool. So you're an awesome scorer. There's a lot of awesome scorers in the NBA. Okay, well you're actually a really good passer too. You create for your teammates. Okay, so you're pretty good there. Oh, you rebound. Okay. You play defense. You actually like try on defense. And you defensive rebound, and you get in passing lanes, and you rotate, and you're active on both sides of the ball. Okay, so you're an awesome offensive player, you're a hell of a defensive player, and you're also having one of the most historic, like, efficient seasons ever. What's the debate against Shai? Like, who can you confidently say is above Shai in the MVP voting? I can't put anybody, and that's not to say anybody else is not on the level or getting there or competing for it. This is just saying that he's having that good of a year to where, he's winning, he's putting up great numbers, he plays both sides, and like narrative matters in the NBA. Like this is a team that is one of the youngest teams in the league, and they've jumped all the way up into the 3 seed after not making the playoffs. That's gonna earn him points on that alone because people love a good story, and he's one of those stories. It's like he was a guy that was traded for Paul George with a bunch of picks. And there's a great argument now, and honestly it's true, he's better than Paul George. To do it the way he does is something else. If he was shooting 43% from the field, that's like, okay, he's normal guard. Or like 55 or whatever it is. That is not normal. Like, and I think that's what I'm trying to say here is what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is doing this season is not normal. It's even further from abnormal. It's basically never been done at the level he's doing it at, like at his size, at his position. That's the truly remarkable thing about it, and that's why I think he's the NBA's MVP up to this point in February. Obviously, we still got 2 months left in the season. A lot could change, but he's one of those guys that has definitely risen to stardom, and I think he'll win MVP if he keeps this up. But yeah, I don't know of too many, 3-level scorers that, can get to the line as well as he does, can post up as a guard and can play defense and can create and can shoot. And I don't know of too many guys like him in the NBA. He might be one of one, honestly. But let me know, is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander your MVP to this point in the season, or do you have somebody else ahead of him? If you do, I'm cool with it. Let me know. Let me know why you have somebody else ahead of him or where he is on your ballot. It's super, super fun dialogue. It's a great year for the MVP award because it feels like so many guys are having great years, and I just think Shai's having the best of the best so far. That's my opinion. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Please like the video. I appreciate you for watching. Just continue to watch OKC Thunder games because this team is special, and this Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a special talent and is must-see TV.